Dear students, welcome to Mayura Virtual Academy. In this session, we'll be continuing with linear layout. In the last session, we have created three views using the linear layout, that is the text view, button, and edit text. And this is the output that we have got. And let us include a few more views. Similar to the button, there is image button. So we can use image button. Width, we can have match parent, and height at the dimension of height. And for image button, it will be in need of resources, in the sense source, what image it should have in the background. So Android. So ideally speaking, these images should be there in the drivable folder. And since we don't have any resources in the drivable folder, we can even access from midmap folder. Android, we can use UID, the rate ID, image button. Okay. For this also you can give margin, Android, the layout margin as dimension of margin. And one more is we can have image view. It is similar to text view. If you want to display any images, we can use image view. And if you want to, if the user want to perform some operations on the click of some image, it need to navigate to some other activity. In such scenarios, we'll be using the image button. So image view, match parent at the dimension of height. Image view will be needing of resources, that is source, and that we need to take it from drawable. Since in the drivable folder we don't have anything, we can have midmap of IC launcher, and we can give layout margin, dimension of margin, so that the view won't be overlapping with the device. So let us compile and run this application. Click on run. It's compiling the APK, and let us look in. And here is the output. First one is we have text view, second is the button, third one is edit text, and now we have included image button and image view. And what happened to image view? So this is image button, and image view is not visible, and it is cropped. The reason is, for the parent, the linear layout, we have specified that the entire width of the device and the height will be mapped to that linear layout. So it has taken that the entire width and height, and remaining things, that is image view, it's cropped. Even not only the image view, even the image button, we have, even though we have given the layout margin, it is getting overlapped with the device. So to avoid this scenario, so if you have many views inside that you want to display to the user, and it is always advised to use scrollable view. And inside scrollable view, we can have this linear layout, and scrollable view can have only the one the layout inside it, and inside that layout we can have any number, n number of views or the layouts. So this is one the bad user experience, because you want to display the image view and it is not getting displayed. So we can overcome from this scenario using scrollable view. So we can create one scrollable view or scroll view. Okay, and this scroll view should come at the last. Scroll view can have only one layout inside it, that is, this will be the linear layout. It is showing error because it needs some attributes inside it, that is width and height. So we can include Android underscore layout width and layout, and once you include the layout width and height, that is match parent and match parent, and this scroll view can have only the one layout inside it. So suppose if you give one more linear layout, it will throw an error. The scrollable view should have only one layout, and it can't differentiate if you have two layouts. And inside this to end the linear layout, inside this linear layout we can have any number of layouts. So let us compile this code and look into our application. And here is the output. Now this is back image view, whatever we have used, even that will be visible and it will be scrollable. Okay? So inside this linear layout, we can define one more linear layout to understand how the horizontal orientation things works out. So linear layout, this is the match parent. We can use wrap content, and it needs the orientation Android orientation horizontal. And for this, if you want, we can give margin for the entire layout, otherwise we can give it to the respective views that we need. So we will display two images, we can display two images, one beside the other. Match parent, wrap content, and the source is from midmap. We can take the source at midmap IC launcher, and we can give margin instead of padding, Android layout margin. For this, we no need of having 10 dp. We can use some 3 or 4 dp. That is, instead of margin, we can have image margin of some 3 dp. What dimension? Image margin. And we can't have duplicate IDs. So for each view should have only the unique IDs. IDs will be unique, and we cannot give duplicate IDs. So we can copy paste this, and that is optional. The IDs, if you want to give, we can give, otherwise if it is not required, not an issue. So now let us look into the design. Here we cannot scroll. Let us compile and look into our application. And here is the output. Here you can see, even if you have given the two image views that should be displayed one beside the other, only the one image is visible. This is because the layout width we have given for one image as a match parent. So whenever it comes, it executes this part. First, it will be the first image view will be occupied, since its width is entire match parent and there is no space for other image view. So only one will be displayed. So now let us make that width as wrap content. So instead of match parent, we can make it as wrap content, and we can compile. And here is the output. Say one beside the other, we have two images. So if you want to display some 10 images, you can use the orientation as horizontal, and we can display 10. So what if in the previous scenario I have showed, even if you have given two images and used match parent, and only the one image was visible. So there is one more concept that we need to understand in the linear layout, is that is the layout weights. So if you want to now see, there is a white space, and you need to display only the two images, and that should occupy this entire the width of the device. So now in this scenario, what has happened is, one beside the other, the images will be placed one beside the other. So now it has placed here, and there is more white space. Say here, this is not the better user experience. So you need to display these two images, and it should occupy, each image should occupy half of the device width. In that scenario, we'll be using the layout weight concept. Since the orientation is horizontal, so let us give width as 0 dp. So whenever you use the layout weight concept, either width or height will be 0 dp, and we'll be specifying the layout weight. It is Android the layout weight. The layout weight specifies that. So if you give 1, and here also if you give 1, layout weight as 1, whenever this part is executed, the Android system will communicate that these two images should be displayed in the screen, where each screen, that entire width of the screen should be divided into 2 equal parts, and one part should be allotted to first image view and other part is allotted to other one. So if we specify it as 2, which means that 2/3 of the part is allotted to the first image view and the 1/3 of the remaining will be allotted to this. So now let us compile and execute. Since our scenario is we need to divide the width into 2 equal parts, we can have 100 bytes which are equal. So in the sense, whenever this part is executed, the first image view will occupy half of the part and second image view will be occupying remaining half of the part. Let us compile and execute this application. And here is the go. See, in the previous the output, we are able to see the two images one beside the other. Since we have used the linear the layout and the layout weight concept, and the entire screen is divided into 2 equal parts, and one part is given to the first image view and second part is given to the second image view. And this is about the linear the layout. This is in brief about linear layout. You can play around this. Now let us try to access these views in the Java file. So all the initial component should be done in the onCreate method. So here we can access all the views. For now we can access edit text, image button and text view. And whenever the application is launched, we can change the text of the text view. That is, here we are showing it as Mayura Virtual Academy. So from the Java code we can change that Mayura Virtual Academy to some other text. So now let us try to access this. First one is edit text. So we can give name as register name. We'll be typecasting it to edit text, and that can be accessed using the find view by ID or from resources with the ID. What is the ID of this edit text? Register. Second one, we need to access button or image button. Anyone is okay. Anything is okay. Button. Click me button. Typecast it to button. Find view by ID r.id. What is the ID of the button? It is button only. Button. So one more thing that we can access is text view. Text view. Change the name. Here is the text view. Typecasting. What is the ID of the text view? We have not specified height ID. We can specify Android. Change name. So here r.id. Change name. Okay. For button click listener, we have click me button. That's set on click listener. We can pass the context and implement the changes. Whenever we use the context, we need to implement its unimplemented classes. So we can unimplement onClick methods. That is here. We can perform whatever the operation. Otherwise, we can implement inside that one only. That is new onClick listener. We can implement inside that listener only. So whenever the user clicks on the button, we will take the input from register name and we'll set it to the text view. So we will take the name from edit text